Hello again, and thank you for watching. You've seen me do bathrooms so far, but I thought by way of a change, I'd do something different. And today I'm fitting a loft ladder in this Victorian terrace, and it's in the city of Nottingham, which is about 70 miles from home and a little bit outside of my normal area of work, but I'm doing it for a friend, so I don't mind. And we're putting it on the landing, which is kind of the obvious place to put it. And you might hear a cat in the background. Normally it would go there, but it isn't there at the moment. The current loft access, well, let's go and find out. So we're going along the landing towards the back of the house. There's the bathroom, and into this bedroom, and there's a cable that disappears. And it disappears into a wardrobe. Now, we've all seen The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. There are no lions and no witches that I've found, but we do have the wardrobe. So we go into the wardrobe, and there's a couple of steps up into a cupboard, and then there's a ladder in the cupboard. It's a bit dark, but so there we go. And we got the ladder. Ow, that was my head. Oh, sorry. And then here we are. In the loft or attic, depending on how you prefer, and it is it's grubby. It's a Victorian 19th century terraced house. Looking forwards there, and then the landing runs under there. I'm going backwards into the Stygian gloom to above where the bathroom is. So I've already started a little bit of work clearing some very, very old loft insulation. I've no idea what this stuff is, but it looks like shredded paper. And then we've got the ubiquitous rock wool, so that's fine. Now to prevent all this dust, dirt, soot from like the last 100 years falling into the house, which we absolutely don't want, I'm going to vacuum the work area before I start cutting anything. Cutting through the plaster is going to be bad enough. What I don't want is all this muck blowing into the house and around it, because that would be really bad. So there we go. That's the job today and tomorrow. Probably won't. Got a fairly late start this morning because of the travelling, which is unfortunate. So it'll probably run into tomorrow. Just be finishing off, just painting the architrave around the underneath, and there we go. A little bit of structural woodwork to do. I've got to support. I'm going to be cutting through that rafter there, and that one there and there, roughly speaking. So I'm going to be supporting them from the wall. Sort of there and there, so there'll be a bit of metal work attached to the wall with a rafter going across, and then probably a little rafter going down the side of the loft ladder just to support the edge of that. It'll all be fine. It's not a problem. It's all good straightforward stuff. Just complication of initial access through into Narnia. So there we go. Anyway, I'll do a bit more later, show you how we've got on. In the meantime, thank you very much for watching, and catch you later. So, finished job. What have I been doing out of focus? Okay, well, where the loft hatch was, sorry it's very dark, is now plastered over. Just finished that, and that's completely covered, and this loft access is now a cupboard. So close that and reverse out of the wardrobe, and there we go. So that's that bit finished, which went really well. Really happy with that. The wardrobe's just bumped into me. So back out onto the landing we now have. Ta-da! Oh, it's not very impressive, is it? Let's go the other. Squeeze past and go to the other side. Oh, right, there we go. So we now have the loft hatch, and there it goes, and yeah, it went in all right actually. Sorry, it's not much light here, it's difficult to focus. It went in okay, bit of woodwork, bit of compromise. I wanted to get it central within the space, but that wasn't possible. So as it turned out, not being able to centre it within the space, it would have meant lots of extra woodwork. Has worked out okay because it means, being off centre, there's just enough room to squeeze past down the side there. So so that's a bonus. And I've put some cardboard on the treads to keep them clean, because as we saw before, the attic was filthy because it's an old building. And there we are. So up into the loft, and what do we have? Well, there's a little bit of boarding around the orifice, and we now have some proper lighting, and this will get certified, safety checked in due course, because basically, as I was told, if you put new cables in, you need a safety check on it. So that'll happen, and there we go. So we've got a decent amount of light, and we can see just how filthy it is. So it's no criticism. It's an old building. There's a lot happened to it. There was a lot of soot on the on top of the plasterboard. Well, sorry, on top of the plaster. And this is the dust you see now is from when it was when it was re-roofed. So that's all fallen in. I mean, they cleaned up all the slate that was on here. There's still a few bits around. You can pick the odd bit of slate. That's a bit of slate there, but you know, that's neither here nor there. So what this does is to open a gateway to the next tranche of work that the owner wants doing here, which is to put a floor in, a proper floor. And instead of just putting chipboard across the rafters, which are not strong enough to take a decent floor, we're going to put some engineered truss joists across from wall to wall. So the floor will be hung off the two side walls, not touching the original ceiling, and then a deck will be put on there, and all to the good. So that'll be some really good storage space, and it'll probably be, I'd say, if you're looking over there, 1, 2, 3 bricks above the surface, will probably be about 3 bricks above where you see that chipboard, so just under where the light switch is. So that's where the loft hole was. Lift that up, there's now a piece of plasterboard under there, which you saw the other side of in the dark, and there we go. So all these bits of, well, I don't know what they are, pallet boxes, could be. These have been dug out, laid out, you know, in a safe overlapping manner to give some storage space until we're ready to do the next job, which I'll show you in due course. It's probably going to be next year now, but there we go. So 2 days solid work, and I've been well looked after here. The owner has been very good with the teapot, and we had a nice Chinese last night, which was really good. I've stayed over here because I'm away from home, and that was really good. That was very kind of her to let me do that, and I'm very grateful. So there we are. So that's a good couple of days work, and here we go. One loft hatch and sundry jobs. So again, thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. Like and subscribe if you would, please. That helps me to get the word out, and keep watching for other jobs and projects and interesting stuff for nice people. So thank you very much.